ladies and gentlemen, I am here with one and only Darian. Now, let me give you my brief history as everything gets louder as we start to record, right? I remember him from a website called Above the Life. And Above the Life was really that. It was above what BGC would do, Men for Now, Adam for Adam. You really got on there. That's when I first realized that forums were a good thing. Mm-hmm. Like, homosexuals, it wasn't there. Who was there for? We were talking about stuff outside of the bedroom.
Important stuff, right.
And then the guy, he was out of Maryland, I forget his name, but he introduced video vlogging. And I was like, what the fuck, what they do that at? As they say now. And it was you, Jared, and Just Be That.
Yeah.
Jonathan.
Yeah.
And I've met two of you guys. I've met you and Jonathan.
Uh-huh.
And so, like, this for me is like, whoa.
Goodness.
On top of being one of the pioneers in video blogging, he is also a god of the blog world. Like,
come on now.
Yeah, like, don't play no games. Like, for real, for real. Like, if you look up Blog the Father, Blog the Son, and Blog the Holy Ghost, I'm sure. Like, I know people that fit into those general categories. Like you, Dreams That Fit It, Adam in New York, Jared.
Yeah.
I mean, think about all those. You guys are like, people go to you to get Andre's flavor in DC.
Yeah.
People go to you all to get information,
yeah.
right? So, the first question: How did the computer stuff start?
How did the computer stuff, the blogging? How did the blogging start for me? I was heavily influenced by Keith Boykin, of course. Anyone who knows me knows of the type of influence that he had on my life. And Keith had a site for a really long time, keithboykin.com, that I would visit daily. And he just had such a major influence on my life in terms of me coming out and just embracing who I was as a black gay man. And I felt like if I could just have the impact on one person that he had on my life, that I wanted to do that. And I thought blogging would be a very inexpensive way to do it.
Right.
And I started it not knowing what it would become. I had no idea that it would turn into something like it has for me and for other people who visit my site daily. So it's been a blessing.
Now let me ask you this. Are you an activist? Are you a socialite?
I'm definitely not a socialite.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm an activist.
Are you a person that's just a proud black gay man?
I'm a very proud black gay man. I consider myself to be an activist. I'm a journalist, a blogger, all those things. I'm a performer at heart. I performed professionally for years before I got into activism.
Dancer extraordinaire.
Before I got into activism. So, yeah, definitely not a socialite. I'm a homebody.
Okay.
My partner and I are at home with the dogs, you know.
He speaks about the dogs there, so I'm gonna make sure that I post this stuff over there in the description box so you'll see it. Okay. Why the level of your activism? What made you, or what's your drive? Why?
Because I really don't feel like there's a lot of people doing what I do and what you do and what a handful of the other bloggers do on a weekly basis. Mainstream media doesn't cover the stories that are important to us.
They don't.
So therefore, it's left up to people like us to cover stories that are important to us, because otherwise we're an invisible minority. So that's what drives me, getting the information out to a community that's overlooked.
Now let me ask you a question. Are you surprised how many straight people follow you?
I am. I'm really surprised.
Because you have a large number of heterosexuals that follow your daily blog.
Heterosexual women too, it blows my mind. I get emails all the time from women all over the country, and even as far away as South Africa.
Wow.
They read my blog, and it blows my mind.
Okay. Well, let me ask you this, because and I want to ask you this in the context of the gay lifestyle. Everybody says there's cattiness involved all over. Is that true even in the blog world?
Definitely. And I hate to say that that's true, but I just try not to get involved with the cattiness side of it, because it definitely exists. There's competition in anything that you do.
But is it competition? Why is it competition on something that can help us all? And I know that's like a utopian world I'm living in right now when I say that.
Well, let me just say it's not competition for me, because Rod McCullum, for example, he's sort of my mentor. He's really taken me under his wing and kind of shown me the ropes, and I'm so grateful for that. And that's what I'm trying to do for other people who are just branching out into blogging, because, I mean, we are a community and we should be there to help each other. So I don't really see anybody else as my competition. But, you know, at the end of the day, people want to be recognized for the work that they do, and people want to be, quote unquote, on top. But I think there's room for all of us.
True. Now, since you've become an activist, what are some of the perks? Because there are certainly perks in being an activist.
Definitely. An activist in terms of an online activist is what I would kind of call myself. Because activism has really branched out from what it once was when Keith was coming up. A lot of activism now is taking place online. I mean, there's a community of folks online. So, I mean, I get all kinds of perks. You would not believe the number of publicists and music labels that hit me up to promote their artists. People send me their books all the time, especially black gay authors who are just starting out and they really want to put their material out there. And that I don't mind at all because I'm all about helping somebody on the come up. So yeah, I have quite a few perks. You wouldn't believe it. It blows my mind to this day.
Now, how does that affect your personal life? Like you have a lover. Is it
I have a partner. I hate
partner?
that word.
Okay, okay, let's go to that. Why do you hate lover?
Because I
before we go further.
think it demeans the relationship. I think it makes it sound sexual and nothing else.
Okay.
When I hear people say
So
lover.
even though with the word love, if you take off the R, then is the unmeaning, you know.
Maybe that's just the experience that I've had with people who've used the word. It's always been used and with a sexual connotation, I guess. So when I hear lover, it just sounds like we're just thrusting our bodies on each other.
See, that's cut, buddy.
Yeah.
See,
and he's more than that to me. So,
right. And he's a great. You guys, guess what? I know this person. We went to high school together.
Yeah, it's such a small world.
It's a small world, and he's. I can say from experience, he's a sweet person. He's a great person, genuine, and they are definitely worthy of being together. So that's a good thing.
2 years and counting.
Wow, that's like 14 years
Right.
in the gay world. Because for every year, that's like 7 years.
Exactly.
For real, for real. So now, how